Today's video takes us to Howard Avenue and South 51st Street. Located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Makes Sense variety store. This is one of the good ones. One of the best retro vintage collectibles we have in our area. Also a really good time to come and check this place out today. Welcome to today's video as a recording of this Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. The significance of July is the 4th of July sales. They're having a good one starting today the 2nd. Why I wanted to make a trip to Make Sense. Did contact the owner. It's been about a year since we were here. A lot has changed, but when we were here last, about this time, I was blown away. I couldn't believe everything they had here. Now their sale does run today the 2nd through Sunday the 7th. So if you're in the area, Illinois, Iowa, even Minnesota, and you're feeling like a road trip, definitely check out Make Sense. I'll have a link in the description. And yesterday I stumbled across this on their Facebook page, running July 2nd today through Sunday the 7th, and it's 20% off your total purchase. There's no limits. There's you can get one thing, you can get multiple things. And when I was here, and we saw pretty much my entire childhood. So this must be good. We pay cash, collectibles, toys, video games, and more. It's a hidden gem. Never heard about this place until about a year ago, and I think kind of the backstory on this store was originally they were located in Las Vegas, and he just moved shop to Wisconsin. Now their hours of operation, they are closed Mondays, Tuesdays through Sundays, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Let me look at some of these Marvel action figures, Masters of the Universe, wrestle figures. Oh, Henry Cavill. Now they do have a slot machine here. They're known to carry some arcades here, some retro arcades. So look at this Starscream, 1999. Oh, and I saw some of those Pac-Man Lego at the Lego store. $229.99. Now my buddy Evan, who is huge into collecting, we just did a tour at his nerd room just a couple of days ago, told me that the prices here beat any competitors, and plus they're running that 20% sale. Definitely. Ooh, they got the Sega Mini running. Some retro Pac-Man. You can see the Make Sense does resemble the Pac-Man logo. Definitely a good store to check out. I kind of cut off there for a second, but yeah, you're just blown away with so much stuff. We got Brett the Hitman Hart over here just kind of staring us down, but I remember seeing a lot of Masters of the Universe. This toy line right here, remember the late 80s? It's kind of like I can't think of the name, but it was like a bug theme. Very similar to the, right after pretty much the run of He-Man. This was about a year or two, and never got into that. I remember seeing that Batman and Joker card. I'm always a sucker for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They have Dragon Sword for $179.99. I had him. Oh, I should have held on to him. That was one of the hardest things to sell for me, because I just remember how hard it was to find. They were so popular. It's always cool to see that retro Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. You got Megazord right here, and then of course the Ninja Turtles, and there's a Casey Jones helmet mask. Check it out, a Goonies multicade. So last time we were here, there were a couple of arcade one-ups over here, another multicade, and it is for sale, $1,500, and you could take 20% off of that. So it's like anything here. We'll check out the whole store running that sale. I was wondering, was Duck Hunt playing? I was thinking it was coming from that machine, but yeah, there's so much. Totally missed those autograph stuff. There's so much going on in this store. Oh, that's a good Batman. $14.99. You see stuff like this at like a Ross or a Hobby Lobby, and you miss out on it. You get lucky when you come to vintage stores. Yeah, we took off the original. That was okay. Bed Bath & Beyond. So yeah, we might have to do future videos over to check out Bed Bath & Beyond and see if we can find any DC. Oh man, look at this Transformer. $3.99. You can just see my eyes going $399.99. Oops. Some Rambo action figures. Did have a couple. I think the guy with the claw in his hand, the red beret. I know I had him. I had one of the Rambos. I believe he had the tank top on, and then one of the villains. So Rambo was outnumbered. He usually is. So he'd usually, I thought that was Magnum PI's car right there. Usually take on, you know, multiple enemies at once. If those were the first laser tags. Get all these muscle men. I remember getting into this. So $3.99 a piece, and you get that plastic container. The Popeye movie, the black Spider-Man Marvel Legends. Like, man, over the years, I mean, Transformers brought like lines like this back. Was that a special toy? Some of those WWF $179.99. Is that Jake the Snake? I remember seeing those at Kmart in like 1990. There was a huge Batmobile over here the last time we were here. See McFoley over there. And it basically took up this whole, it was the Keaton Batmobile, took up this whole area. A Shredder Funko Pop figure, a lot of Funko Pop. This case was Funko the last time we stopped here, and it looked like, yeah, I was gonna say gingerbread DC superheroes. So the gingerbread Justice League of America over here. Let's see what other ones, anything rare. Got a Bret the Hitman heart right there, just like that cardboard cutout. He's kind of the vicinity where I'm at. There he is. Ooh, it looks like the George Clooney Batman, $9.99. You got Knuckles, the Mad Hatter, Ben Kenobi, only at Target. Killer Clowns from Marseille. We saw that at that retro pizza place, Alfonso's. Get the Spider-Man render over here. Actually, while I'm here, I've been kind of on the hunt. Look at the Marvel superheroes. PlayStation. I was on the hunt for a PlayStation 4. We'll see what they're priced at here, and then you can factor in that 20%. Just kind of like planning to get that new Capcom Marvel fighting game. I'm trying to think of the name. Arcade classics that you can play online, either on the Switch, Steam, or PlayStation 4. Always keeping my eye out now to see any deals on a PlayStation 4 or Switch. Look at this Superman comic. There's an old Cabbage Patch Kid. We got Alvin, Simon and Theodore, got Pinky and the Brain. Look at this Nickelodeon picture, $39.99. Like the nostalgia alert right here. Is that the Wizard? Voltron alert, $39.99. Always, you know, we run into Voltron. Here's another one, $99.99. So a little bigger here. I had a couple different Voltron. I never had like the ships ones or the car, whatever, all those vehicles, but the cats. I actually had the ones where, you know, you'd assemble Voltron. I don't know if those pieces come off. Oh man, I mean, you know, I asked the question, you know, the best toy lines when we were kids, and you know, I always kind of flocked to the Superpowers. Not that the Superpowers was the best toy line, but it was my favorite. You know, Masters of the Universe, Transformers, and G.I. Joe. And it's just like, I think at the end of like a huge debate, I think you kind of got to give it to G.I. Joe. I mean, you just look at some of these. You look at this, like they kept getting bigger, and if you had like that aircraft carrier, what was that, the USS Flag? What an amazing toy line. We have a couple of DC older figures back here. I haven't seen any Superpowers. Oh, there's John Cusack. I mean, like this G.I. Joe base, right? This is, I'm trying to think here, is this an actual or battle vision? I guess not. Maybe reminded me of a G.I. Joe base. It's hard to tell. So I kind of have to get, what do we got here? 1994 Tiger Electronics. Okay, so it's not the G.I. Joe. Look at, that's a big Toy Biz Wolverine. I want to pick up something today, and it's kind of hoping on finding some Thundercats or DC. We got Mumra. They had a couple awesome sets of the Thundercats the last time I was here. You know, Thundercats and like Silverhawks. The value in this, like if you tried to get into collecting that right now, it's unbelievable what they go for. Some of the original Ghostbusters, we can see Egon back there. I keep poking the glass. You can see Ray, Venkman, oh, there's Winston. Oh, that's cool. Actually this whole top shelf all Ghostbusters. I mean, it's just crazy seeing that, you know, re-releases, rehashes of those figures now when we go to the store. More Transformers. Of course, they could be GoBots. No, Transformers. I saw the Decepticon, some RoboCop back there, the Back to the Future DeLorean. Oh man, unopened G.I. Joe. Captain Planet figures? Do we actually have Captain Planet anywhere? Is he... You can see the logo here on his chest, Street Fighter. Oh man, I never really got into the... I mean, I watched the cartoon, but I didn't get into any of the action figures. Pac-Man color forms. Like, I just saw Batman color forms at a toy show about a month and a half ago. Like, color forms were like the greatest thing ever. There's a couple of people selling some stuff when I walked in, the Cobra box. And it's kind of debating on if they're going to take the price or not. Like, it's hard to part with your stuff, but if you found something here and you want to trade, I mean, there's just so much good stuff here. I mean, once you start collecting, like, you know, it's hard to give this stuff up. Look at the Rocky car. Oh man, there's so many Transformers here. We got a Dinobot. Man, I gotta get something with the 20%. I'm gonna leave with something today. I haven't seen it yet. Nothing's like popped out. Is that a GoBot back there? But yeah, they have more of those plush wrestlers. Look at the WWF ring, $199.99. I keep this $1 Million Man. Keep poking that glass. Oh man, there's some good stuff. I'll never forget the Christmas where I got the Power Glove. Like, I never worked the way you thought it would work, but just having it and just seeing it right now, $149.99. How many Power Gloves are out there? I mean, all NES, Super Nintendo over here. We got Masters of the Universe carrying case. Check it out, there's Castle Grayskull. Snake Mountain. Now I don't know if it's the OG, but it might be with that. I think that's the microphone right on the top. I never had Snake Mountain. I walked right past the mask. I was focusing on the G.I. Joe. This was my first mask I ever got. It was 1987. It's the motorcycle that turned into the helicopter, and I believe I saw this one of the enemies, still in the box at another local collectible store. They don't have the hot rod. Like, I remember the hot rod and kind of like the red sports car. I kind of thought that I might have had that red motorcycle too. But I know for sure I had him. I didn't have a lot. And mask has just like went up in value. Like, you don't see a lot of the mask anymore. Holy cow. What a cool toy line. To work my way around, there was a gentleman over here checking out the Sega stuff. Look, they got Marvel Legends. Tony Stark up here. It's like $28. I was gonna start getting into Sega, then I got into the home arcade scene, and I bought the Sega 2. I didn't have the Sega 1, Sega 2. I was debating between that and the Genesis 3. And yeah, I was just about to really get going with games. I picked up a couple, and I'll never part with them, but I just have this appreciation for Sega. It's just something about it. And I had the Nintendo, I had the Super Nintendo when I was a kid too, but yeah, the Sega just, I don't know if it was for the big kids or what, but I just wanted to start with it. They got Spider-Man, and they got a Mr. Peanut. Looks like a Mr. Peanut butter maker. How classic is that? Ton of Xbox 360. I like how it's all like, first of all, it's all behind glass case, and it's all separated, and then we have PlayStation, and then underneath more PlayStation. There's a Spider-Man PlayStation, and they got Time Crisis for $24.99. Awesome art for that Spider-Man. I really heavily got into PlayStation 1, then I moved over to, just briefly, the GameCube. Didn't really like it, and then I got into Xbox, and I had a lot of fun games with Xbox, and then Xbox 360, and then it was kind of it for the consoles for me. Never really got into PlayStation 3, so when I talk about PlayStation 4 now, it's kind of like, wow, it's just like it's been forever since I had a PlayStation. And But to be able to play online, a game like The Punisher, I mean, it's worth it for me to pick that up. I'm not seeing a PlayStation 4 here, but man, just a ton of games. Check out all this stuff behind the register area. Like, you'd have to stand here for a long time and just look at everything here, like McDonald's glasses. Look at this Superman thermos up here. The Elvin. Wow. The Iron Sheik. The old retro Star Trek plate. Got some Sega Genesis behind there. Another Sonic. I just saw a Batman Pez. Look at this one. Look at how old that Pez is. Now this right here might be my favorite render of Batman. The blue and the gray. Actually, they do have a PlayStation 4 priced at $269.99, so still in the box, brand new. Sega Mini. I haven't seen a lot of the Sega Mini. $99.99. Then I think they came out with, I think there was a second release. PlayStation didn't get a lot of love for that, from what I hear. And you know, there's your original Sega Genesis. I do have, look at brand new $159.99. The NES Classic had a couple of them, and the Super NES right here, $159. I actually have the Game & Watch Mario Brothers. Evan, if you're watching, I can't remember because we saw so much, but do you have this Dark Side right here? I think everybody had at least one of those Smurf glasses, and I think it was Burger King. So there's Spider-Woman, and then right next to Spider-Woman is Mighty Mouse. Like, there's a word I haven't said for a long time. And of course Smurfs. Like, look at this. Star Trek Dixie Cups. Great looking t-shirt. What size is this? Extra large. All in motion here. Like a bunch of Nintendo Power. And some more consoles. There's so much stuff here. Like, you could spend an entire day just going through everything. I got PlayStation 3, Nintendo Wii U. Probably my favorite system of all time. The Xbox. So 50 gig, $149.99 for the PlayStation 4. I saw them a little cheaper on Marketplace. So, but you know, you factor in 20%. Yeah, Super Nintendo, Sega Dreamcast with a Sega Master System. Like, look at that zapper. Holy cow. Wow, what a collection. Got Macho Man Randy Savage snapping into a Slim Jim. Classic Amazing World of Superman render. Candy cigarettes and bubblegum cigars. Underachiever and proud of it, man. I had Talkin' Pee-wee, and he just looks so much bigger up there, but yeah, that's Talkin' Pee-wee. I had Cherry too. Look at that. I can zoom in and see the price. I can't see it from here. $179.99. Wow. I have Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man thermos. Like, that's like my first Marvel right here. Like, when I saw the Hulk and Spider-Man for the first time, like, this is the art. Dukes of Hazzard watch is tempting. I mean, I'd never take it out. Like, wow. Look at the packaging. I mean, late 70s, early 80s. I keep coming back to the Power Ranger area. Like, I just feel like if I'm gonna get something, I should get the Power Ranger. As much as I want Dragon Sword, not so much the $179.99. Just, I don't know where I'd put that, but kind of thinking of, oops, in that glass, of the Tiger handheld. Like, that's the OG. I don't know, like that takes me back. I do have like some of these. I think I had the Black Ranger with the cycle, and then you have, they transform so you can flip their helmets over, their masks over. I didn't really have much nostalgia for like the Red Ranger. It was the Green Ranger, probably an automatic, but kind of leaning towards this. Old classic Shaquille O'Neal right there. Look at, he's just a kid. Biff with the manure on his car, that's classic. The Tick. G.I. Joe Command Attack game. I mean, we had it all. We had it all as kids. Best toys ever. Okay, and I was just informed that if you spend $100, you get a $20 store card. So, and that's just not with the sale going on like all the time. Plus a punch card on every purchase, which I just got one because I picked something up. I'll show you outside, but yeah, awesome sale running around. So much stuff here. And I had to decide on something, and I kept coming back. Like they have the thumb wrestler, Hulk Hogan, and all that Batman, the Mighty Mouse. So much to choose from. Unbelievable. We will be back running a lot of deals for the holidays and throughout the year, and I'll monitor that, and we'll come back and check those out because they had some really good stuff. Actually just had a Simpsons arcade one up. I saw that online. Somebody had just come in and picked that up, so getting that for 20% off. I believe they got that for around $300 with the sign, the tin sign, and the stool, so not too bad of a price on a cabinet that, you know, it's sold cheaper in the past, but you know, now becoming harder and harder to find. And if you get their punch card, reminds me of shopping at the Buckle, of getting it punched every time you make a purchase. So definitely, look, we could work our way to a $20 store credit. That's gonna do it for today. I want to thank everybody for watching. Amazing store. Ton of nostalgia, and every time you come here, they have something new. Pretty cool to see. All these toys when we were kids. I'll show you what we got when we get outside. Actually, the mailman just came and picked up a ton of boxes, so they do ship, and I'm not sure if it's on their eBay site or they have an online store, but I will have a link for the store in the description. It's cool that they're shipping stuff in case you're out of state. But I picked up the Nickelodeon sign. I was debating the Power Rangers handheld tiger, but when I saw this, I go, you know what? We should get Nickelodeon. We can hang it up. It's priced at $39.99. I got $10 off the 20%, and you do have the rewind design on the back. Now I don't know if this was handmade or if this was actually at a store, but nonetheless, this looks awesome, and I can't wait to hang this up. Like this is something I won't get in trouble for when I bring it home. Just a nice nostalgic picture to go on the wall. What a great variety store. Like they had everything here. Hopefully we'll find more Thundercats next time. I really wanted to walk out of here with a Lion-O, but the hunt continues and there's more adventures to come. I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Well, what do you think? I like it. Classic 80s, 90s. You know, all our childhood. I mean, we all had Nickelodeon, like watching Double Dare. You can't do that on television. And you'd always see the Nickelodeon studios right next to Batman and the Penguin, and sitting on top of Golden Axe, Revenge of Death Adder.